So, Jai Hind everyone. This is Pankaj Kumar, and I'm going to start my class today, which is the continuation of the biodiversity class earlier, which we had read. So, here we go. In last class, what we studied, I will give you the quick revision so you will get the idea what we studied. So, in class, we studied what is the biodiversity. So, life in diverse meaning, it's called biodiversity. It is depending upon the habitat, diversity of habitat, and among the living beings also. And the biodiversity was given by the Walter G. Rosen, and the biodiversity is dependent on the following things, which is written in your screen. So we've seen that if we are going from the equator to the pole, that a biodiversity will be decreased. So we've seen how the most diverse world is in between the 23.5 north to the 23.5 south. So the data which is written in your notebook, in your NCRT book, it have to be followed. The Colombia, which is near to the equator, have the 1400 species of the bird, and New York, which is just above the far from the equator, that have 105 species, and the Greenland, which is just near the pole, that have only 56 species of the bird. So you found that if you are going from the equator to the pole, the species richness will be decreased. We found the level of the biodiversity will be like genetic level or the species level or the ecosystem diversity level. Okay, genetic diversity will be happen. So we found the species have the genetic diversity, each and every organ like our eye and our lungs are different from each other. That is a kind of one genetic diversity. And the species as you are and we both are on the same species. Like you are not a lion and I'm not a wolf. So, but we are both human, even though we have the different type of genetic. So we've seen the species one and two are have the genetic diversities, and the species one, two, among with the three, also consider as a consider it can be considered in the genetic diversity. But the important in the genetic diversity is the genetic composition should be different. Okay, but if the species diversity, if you'll see the genetic composition will be, we will not take care about the genetic composition. We will more interest. We have more interest in the reproductive behavior. If the organism which are isolated to the particular isolated for the reproduction in a particular group, then it is called a species diversity. So the one species cannot breed or reproduce with the other species. That is called the species diversity. And ecosystem diversity is in terms of the niches or the habitat. So the habitat or the niches will be the different according to the um, region of the earth. So another thing we found, the altitude, as the altitude is increasing, the level of the, if you are going above the level of the seas, far you will go, the species richness will be decreased. So this is all about the species richness. And then groups which are very diverse. The insects are very diverse among all the uh, living creatures, and then vascular plants are the more diverse. Then mammals are around 4,600 species till now. And this is all about which what we discussed yesterday. So now we will continue with the our coming or another topics. This is another topics is what you seen what is biodiversity. Now you will see what how the biodiversity will be lost. Okay, we'll see how the biodiversity will be affected. Got it? Okay. Before seeing the effect on the biodiversity, we will continue with the pattern of biodiversity. Okay. As you see in here, the pattern of the biodiversity will be different if you will go from the equator to the pole. Okay, if you will go from the equator to the pole, then it will be vary. So this is a Earth. This is a very fine picture you can see here. But unfortunately, I got the different kind of picture which I should see. Okay, leave. We'll see that this picture only. In this picture, you can see directly the equator have more water. It shouldn't be shown like this, and the diversity will be more in the near the equator from this region to this region. Okay, so actually it is a curve. I cannot divide like this directly. It consists this all this region also because it is little. The Earth is little tilt. Okay, so it is a curve, not a single line, the not a straight line. So I made like this. So the diversity will be more in this region. So if you will ask the simple question, if I will ask, if you will see the region in this region, this much region, okay, this region is very less diverse. I will draw with another pen. This region is very less diverse, maybe. Yes or no? If you will increase the area of the region, then the diversity will be increased according to the area for the first time. So as you are increasing your area, the diversity you will found it will increase. Okay. But after some time, it will reach to the one limit. After that, the diversity will be not much. So if you see this much of area, okay, I will see about this. If you are seeing this much of area, it is very diverse. This part of area is very diverse. Now you are increasing the area. Okay, as you will increase the area, the diversity will be increased. Now it is also increased. Now also it is increased. Now after some time, you will found the region like this region, and the region like this, and the region like this. This is they don't have any much diversity. Even the life is like living beings are less. Maybe in the oceans, living will be more. But the point is that you can relate that if you are growing, if you are if you are increasing the I am giving the number to the circle. Okay, so this is our first number. I should give with the red pen only. This is our first circle. Okay, this is our second circle, and this is our third circle, and this is our fourth circle. So if you'll see beta, first, second, third, fourth circle. So if you'll see from first to third, so the graph will be grow like this. Okay, from first to third circle. But if you'll see from first to fourth, the graph was will be like this. The graph will be like this. Okay, are you getting my point? So why this graph becomes curve? It becoming curve now here. So we'll see separately the both the graph. The line is not that much straight. We should make a straight line, and the y-axis. Okay, a little bit better than the earlier. Okay, so this is the area, and this will be your species richness. Okay, so this will be area, and this will be your species richness y-axis. So for the first from 1 to 3, you found the graph was like this, the straight line. So if you will see the graph is a straight line, then for the straight line we made some equations. We didn't like scientists made some equation which is log s equal to log c plus z log a. So this is a straight line graph. So it will be like same y is equal to mx plus c. Okay, this is same like y is equal to mx plus c. This is complete c. So in this graph, what is s, what is z, and what is y? Like this is the graph where you have to say what is s. S you can guess. You can guess now what it is. Anybody? Okay. So this is s is what? Species richness. Okay. Now z. Z is what? Z is the slope of the line. Slope of line. And A is what? Area. Area. And C is y intercept. C is your y intercept, and this is all about this values S, C, and Z and A. So in the second, from third to I ask you to see the from the first to the fourth. If you see from first to the fourth, the graph will be go like this. If you are increasing too much of area, after certain time, it will be saturated. It will be like this. It will not grow the species richness because you occupied most of the area. So now the species will be not there. Got it? Hope so you understood. So this for the this graph you will write the equation. For this you will write this equation. For this linear equation you will write here. So for this it is s is equal to c a power z. Here everything is same. C is same and z is same and a is same. S is same. Here already it's written, so you can get to know what it is. So the graph was introduced by the great scientist Alexander Alexander Humboldt von Humboldt. Okay, so Alexander von Bold. Just see mistake. Bold. Oh shit. So this is what about? This is just. This is what beta. This is just a graph by which you can relate the how the population will be reached. Is it clear? Hope so. It will be clear for the everyone. And if you have any doubt, you just please feel free to ask in the comment. I will give you the reply. And if you both have any doubt, you can ask here only. I can stop the video recording. Then you can ask freely. So anybody have any doubt till now? Now, the point is that you understood how the diversity will be, what will be the pattern of the biodiversity in terms of what? In terms of area, you've seen only, in terms of everything, like other things, other factors are there by which it can be defined. But Alexander von Humboldt, he decided in terms of the area. So, this is the graph which you have to remember. The point is that, did you found that I didn't make the graph I didn't connected this with the origin. I didn't started with the origin for the any area like for the zero area the species will be there. So I we didn't started the with the zero area and the zero will be not be there. So we started for some values. So it is all about what the pattern of the biodiversity. Now we'll see the important thing. What is the importance in? Anybody can guess? So what is the important thing for the biodiversity? Why we want biodiversity? Okay, okay. So the uses of the biodiversity will be very much, you can say, for so many points we seen in class also, and here also we'll see the other uses of the biodiversity. I will say you directly in the points. That is the narrow utilitarian, is narrow utilitarian, in which you will see the biodiversity will giving you what, the it will give you the food, what it is giving, the food it is giving, some medicines it is giving. Okay, medicines. And other than that, like suppose if you have, other than what, house, you can consider, because of that only you are getting the
Alter.
house. What, altar, altar मतलब क्या,
Shelter बोली.
क्या,
रहने का.
shelter. Okay, kind of these things already we discussed. So these are all what is important, and most important thing, it will in not in the narrow utilitarian only. You will write this separately. It will balance the ecosystem. What it will do, it will balance the ecosystem. If we are talking balancing of the ecosystem, we will already we discussed in this itself. The ecosystem services will come. Okay, it will give ecosystem services, whatever the food, air, water, like these things. Okay, ecosystem services. Ecosystem services means what? Water, soil, air, light, etc. etc. Like this. Okay. So this is a different point from the narrow utilitarian, which I said here only. You just mention here. And the second thing is what, narrow, after narrow utilitarian, you can use the same. You can use the biodiversity in terms of production, like manufacturing new furnitures, manufacturing new paper, manufacturing vehicle manufacturing, or producing fuel for the complete big huge cities. So this is all are the at the mass production. You can go for this. So that is called the broadly utilitarian. What it is called? Broadly utilitarian. So the broadly utilitarian, like how you will utilize the biodiversity in terms of broad manner. So what are the broad manner? Beta? Broad manners are like simply it is a industries. Okay, industries, cutting of tree for mining, cutting of tree for mining, and for making roads for other purposes. Uh, for crops. Okay, so many will be there. Just industries cutting the trees for the mining roads and all. So that is the what broad utilitarian. In this sense, you can see the broad utilitarian will be huge damage, which will cause the huge damage to the biodiversity. Okay, if you are opening a big industries, that will be damaging the more biodiverse area. But at the same time, some industries will take care of the their environment, and of course after take caring of the environment also, some species will be skipped from there. Okay, wherever the human being will be reached, other species will be removed from there. That is true. So the point is that broad utilitarian will be cause damage more biodiversities other than the narrow utilitarian. And other thing is the use of the biodiversity is what the ethical and cultural uses. Okay, so the ethical uses will be what ethical uses. Okay, so what will be the ethical uses like we have in India we are using to pray the tree, people tree. Okay, then Tulsi, Osimum, Tulsi, scientific name of the Tulsi is Osimum, people tree, Tulsi, and banyan tree, and all like neem tree. So many trees are there which we are praying. Not even a tree, we are praying. Animals also we like. We are praying truly the nature. So that is called by this manner we are protecting the nature also. So praying nature. So these are called the ethical utility, like ethical way how we can use the how we can use we are using the biodiversity uses of biodiversity you've seen in the three stages, and we can explain more, but it's not required here, so we are stopping here. The point is that if you are know how to use the biodiversity, but in the same manner you've seen the the broad utilitarian is causing damage to the biodiversity. So, how the other ways in which the biodiversity will be damaged or the biodiversity will be lost? So, we'll see in broad utilitarian only the biodiversity will be more damaged, but in narrow utilitarian it is okay. The biodiversity will be not disrupted, and ethical itself you seen is the people and Tulsi who are prayed in the society, so it is not damaging. It is protecting the biodiversity. So this is are the uses which we seen. Other uses you could have comment please. That will be useful for us, and that is very good to connect with the peoples, connect with the student directly without asking and without teaching how you can teach a student. Okay, so there should be two type of communication, like both way communication. Okay, so the thing is that now loss of biodiversity, what will cause the loss of biodiversity? The loss of biodiversity will be what, beta? The loss of biodiversity will be just losing most of the species. The losing the species will be what? Losing of the species can be caused because of what? The losing of the species can be because of five matters. But if we discuss a lot, we can discuss another points. But here I am teaching on the point of the view of the topics and the terms. So the terms are more important also. So here the first term by which the biodiversity will be lost, because if the habitat is not there, habitat will be not habitat loss. Okay, cause the loss of the habitat, cause the loss of the biodiversity. And second point, what you can see, if the habitat will be not there, or the peoples like who are overeat sorry who are overeating, why I said sorry, like the people who are like using more excess amount of the resources just because of their greed, and they want to become make the industries, and also it is good also. We are not here to judge anything, we are here to learn. So habitat loss cause the biodiversity loss. And the same way, if you are become more greedy, then you will start uh, taking more resources, okay, utilizing more resources. So it is called the over exploitation. Okay, over exploitation. Usually, nature give everything to you which is required for you, but it is insufficient amount. The point is that we can feel the hunger. Okay, we can feel the hunger, but we cannot feel the what greed. Greed cannot be fulfilled. So the over exploitation is a kind of a greed, which will be taking more amount of the benefit from the nature without in consideration of their safety. Okay, nature safety. So this is the third point, is, which is the over exploitation, and the other point is what, alien species invasion. Alien species invasion. Okay, so alien species invasion means what? Any other organism will become in your what? In other organism will come in your ecosystem, you can say, or in your population. So the alien species can cause the diversity losses. Okay, so we'll see the examples also. So we'll continue with this. And the last thing is co-extinction. So co-extinction, the best example for the co-extinction is what, is like prey and predators. Predation is the one best example. Extinction. We already read in the organism and population chapter that if how many types of the relations between the population. Among this, if the one species will be not there, then the other species will be not survive in a food chain. If the grass is not there, the grass will be not there, goat will be not there. If the goat will be not, then the carnivores, like suppose I am giving lion, so lion will be not there. This is the something which is causing the co-extinction. If one will be extinct, another will be automatically extinct. So actually, the higher trophic level organism are more affected with this. Okay, higher trophic level is more affected with this. So this is what co-extinction. So example we can see. Uh, it's better to read the NCRT if I can give you here. Okay, I will share you the screen. Just a second. Just a second. I will share the screen with you. Stop presenting. Now it will again take time. Okay, please have a look on the screen. So this is the biodiversity chapter which I am going to show you here. The screen is properly visible. Okay, it is visible now. So I will read this paragraph. You just along with me. You just focus this paragraph, or you can skip this part and go to the next part by skipping this. But it is important, necessary to read these things. Okay, the examples they will ask in the NEET examinations. The most dramatic example of the habitat loss come from the tropical rainforest, once covering from the 14% of the Earth's land surface. Come from the 14% of the Earth's land surface. This rainforest now cover no more than the 16.6%. Okay, they are being destroyed fast. By the time for the finishing reading this chapter, thousand more hectares of the rainforest would have been lost. The Amazon rainforest, it is so huge that it called the lungs of the plant, harboring probably millions of the species, is being cut and cleared, or cultivating soybean for the conservation of the grassland for the raising beef cattle. Besides total loss of the degradation of many habitat, may pollution of also threatened, and the survival of many species have when large habitat are broken up into the small fragments due to the various humans activities and small activity human activities. Mammals and birds require large territories, and the certain animals with the migratory habitat are badly affected, leading to the population decline. So hope you understood, they are just saying, if the population was sorry, the marks extinction will be, and mass extinction I'm saying, sorry, if the habitat loss will be occur, then the so many organisms will be affected. So they given one example that earlier it was the total rainforest was about 14% on the earth. but now it is not more than 6%. So why it is? Because the peoples are exploiting the area, like they are taking the more area and they're using for the their own interest. Like in Amazon rainforest, they cut most of the tree and they're growing the soybean plants for their own interest. So it is losing the most of the habitats. So more than if you are they are saying the thousands of rainforest was thousands of more hectare will be thousand or more hectare of the rainforest would have been lost once we will complete this chapter. So these chapters we are reading for the past 10, 20, 30 years, not 30 years, more than 15 years we are reading. So it means you just multiply with the 15,000 more hectare, it is already lost. Okay, so this is what about the habitat loss and the fragmentation. So the other thing is the over exploitation. Human have always depended on the nature of the food, shelter, and but need turns to greed. This is important thing. Okay, it lead to the overexploitation of the resources. Many species extinction in the last 500. Steelers, sea cow, pigeon, passenger pigeon were due to the exploitation of the by humans. So you can add some one dodo fish, not dodo bird. Okay, DODO. Dodo bird is the extinct bird. You just add it here also. Okay, presently many marine fishes are population around the world are over harvested, endangering and continue to the extinction of the some commercial important species. We'll read about the extinction and all, and I will tell you what are the threatened and what is the red data list. Okay, alien species invasion. The example from here, the Nile perch introduced into the Lake Victoria in the East Africa led eventually to extinction of the ecologically unique assemblage of more than 200 species of sea-chilled fishes in the lake. So it is because of invasion of the this Nile perch, the sea-chilled fishes extinct. Okay, unique assemblage of the more than 200 species of the sea-chilled is like so. It is happened like this. Another example, they said where it is you must have been familiar with the environmental damage caused by the threat posed to our native species by the invasive weed species like a carrot grass parthenium, lantana, and water hyacinth. The recent illegal introduction of the African cuttlefish calories ga- Garyspinus for the aquaculture purposing and posing threat of the indigenous catfish in our rivers. Okay, so these are more important. You just go with these examples. Coexistence when species become extinct, the plant and the animal species associated with the obligatory we also become extinct. So the fish species become extinct. Its unique assemblage of the parasite also meets the same fate. Another example of the co-evolved plant pollinator mutualism, where the extinction of the invariably lead to the extinction of the other species. So this is how you learn, and you just go with the NCRT, and this is very important to read this NCRT. Now, the point is that you seen that how the biodiversity is going to be loose. So, so what is mass extinction? We'll see. So please go and read the. Read. So please go and read the NCRT. It is very important to go and read the what are they give the examples for the over exploitation and what are the examples for the habitat loss. You just go and read. So we are going to read the mass extinction. So the mass extinction means what? Mass extinction means more than 50% of the population will be suddenly 50% more than 50% species suddenly extinct within a short period of time. So that is called the mass extinction. So mass extinction is happened in the past by the three times it is happened in past. The rate of the mass extinction was low. The rate of the extinction, actually the rate of extinction is something which is slow. Rate of rate of extinction is around 1 to 10 species will extinct over a over 100 years, around 100 years out of 10 million species. So it is like slow and steady process. Extinction cannot be vulnerable. So the extinction is not vulnerable. Like, sorry, the extinction is inevitable. Okay, extinction is not inevitable means it cannot be stopped. Extinction, something. Wait. Extinction cannot be is not stopped. Problem is there somewhere. Cannot be stopped. So it is called inevitable. So it is what? Species extinction. Okay. So the very far now, this five mass extinction happened, and we are moving towards the sixth mass extinction. Five mass extinction. So what are the five mass extinction? Better the five mass extinctions are first. It was first happened in the. Uh, it was first happened before 444 million year ago. Okay, and that was happened in the end Ordovician period. End of Ordovician period. Period. It was happened end of Ordovician period, and more than 80% species lost. More than 80% species are extinct, or you can write lost. And the third is that you just write fast by mass extinction. Second is what? Second was happened just 360 billion year, sorry, 360 million year ago, and it was the time of late Devonian period. Okay, late Devonian period. So in that time, more than 75% of the 75% of the species lost. And fifth is what? Sorry, third. Third was happened just 250 million year ago, and it was happened at the end of Permian period, and in that time more than 85% species lost. Okay, and the around fourth was around 200 million years ago. Okay, fourth was around 200 million years ago, and it was the time of end of Triassic period. Okay, and in that time more than 70% of species are lost. Okay, and the last is what? Last is just happened just 65 million year ago. Okay, just 65 million year ago it is happened, and at the it is happened just end of the Cretaceous period. Okay, Cretaceous time, and the these are the more vast mass extinction which you are seeing here, the Permian and the Ordovicians. Okay, Permian, Ordovicians, and Cretaceous. Okay, Cretaceous here also more than 80% species, more than 80% species are lost. Okay, more than 80% species are lost. So this is all about the mass extinction. The causes of the extinction, mass extinctions are first thing, extinction cannot be stopped, and it is steady and slow process. Second thing, if mass extinction is happening, it is because of some natural phenomenon, like because of tectonic plates, or because of volcanic eruptions, or because of steroid. Okay, these are all the causes of the mass extinction. So now in the next class we will continue with the how we can protect this biodiversity. Okay, till now what we seen today's class we seen about the uses of biodiversity, and then we seen the pattern of the biodiversity. Then we seen the use again. We seen the uses of biodiversity. Okay, uses of biodiversity we already seen yesterday. So again, uses of biodiversity in terms of the normal terms, like in the bookish terms we seen, and then we seen the loss of biodiversity, how it is lost and what is cause of the losses, and the mass extinction we did, how the species will be extinct, and now tomorrow we'll see how we can conserve the species. Okay, so tomorrow class will be more important. You just come on the time. We will have more informative class. So till now, you are if you are watching my videos, I'm very thankful for you. Again, we'll meet in the next video. Thanks for watching.